Are you a health coach who's wondering how to market your business and get clients? In this video, I'm going to talk about the best way to do this in 2024. So if you are an introvert like me, marketing your business, trying to get clients can feel very intimidating. You may be thinking you have to do things you don't want to do, that feel inauthentic, that don't feel aligned, things that feel pushy or salesy. Maybe you think you have to pretend to be someone else, or like I said, do things that are really uncomfortable, dancing around, singing, posting all over social media. Many of us think that you have to be a social media superstar in order to build a successful coaching business. And I have had a coaching business for over a decade. I've actually been helping other people build coaching businesses for over a decade, specifically coaches and healers. My name is Dr. Kristin Hartjes. I am previously a chiropractor and then a health coach, and I have been a business mentor for almost a decade. I've helped hundreds of other coaches build successful coaching businesses. So I've learned a lot through that process. And I've also seen how things have shifted throughout the years. So what worked when I was first starting my business, over a decade ago is not the same as what's really working now in the current marketplace. So I've seen a lot of shifts and changes, and I've learned a lot through working with other people. So I want to really share what is working now, what I'm seeing is working now for myself, what I'm seeing is working now for my clients, so that you have this understanding as far as in this day of age, in this time, 2024, what is really working well for people, what is not, what are the misconceptions about marketing, all those things, so that you have a better idea as you are working on building your business, and don't get stuck in some of the traps of what I think what we're being told works, but maybe really doesn't, or what maybe worked a decade ago and really isn't working anymore. So, the first thing that I want you to know, and I think is really important to know, is that I think a lot of coaches are made to believe in the concept, if you build it, they will come. Okay? If you build a business, they will come, and that you will magically get clients, and people will be, jumping out of the bushes and being like, can I please work with you? And I just want to be real. That's not how it works. You have to get visible. You have to put yourself out there. And as an introvert, I understand that this can feel intimidating, but you have to do this in order for people to know who you are and what you do and to get clients. It's just the reality of it. And you can do it in a way that feels good for you as an introvert. And it may take a little bit of time to kind of find your groove and find what works for you. Take me personally. I never in a million years thought I was someone who would be doing videos. Videos scared the crap out of me. When I was first starting my business, you turned on a video camera and I would literally go and hide and run and hide behind something, right? I did not want to be on video. Now I actually really enjoy doing videos. I really enjoy creating content and sharing with you and teaching and inspiring people. It's something I really, really enjoy. So sometimes we have to find our groove with things. There's also things that work and do not work for certain people. And understanding that is important. But this is something that I really want you to know as you are working on building your business. And as an introvert, you are going to have to get outside of your comfort zone, because most likely anything that is sharing your business and talking about people is going to feel outside, but we want to find what feels aligned and what works for you. Okay? So posting on social media alone is not going to get you clients. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions that are out there. Start your business and then just go out there and make a post on social media, and say, this is what I do. I'm open for business. I'm taking clients. I'm a health coach, and you're going to get a bunch of clients. That is not going to work. Okay. It is not going to work. And just creating a bunch of awesome posts on social media is not going to magically build your audience and get you clients. It's just the reality of it. So what does work? First of all, I think it's important to understand that there's two very distinct parts of marketing and steps to getting clients. So the first part is we need a process in place to get you out in front of your ideal clients, the people that you want to be working with, the people who are right for you to help and support. We need a process to get you out in front of those people, to start letting those people know who you are and what it is that you do, and that you will work with people and that you can help them. And we need to start building that audience of new people, okay, of getting in front of new people. That is an absolute essential part of the process. So that's the first part. The second part is, once we've gotten in front of those people, we need a way to continue to build your know, like, and trust factor for those people, so they get to know who you are and what it is you do and how you could help them. Because most people aren't going to come across one thing or meet you once or see one post from you on social media or online or read one blog post and be like, I want to work with you. Like, that's just not the way it works. So we need a good system in place to build these connections with people who have found you or who have come across you or, who have met you, so that you can stay in contact with these people and continue to build that connection with them and continue to allow them to get to know who you are and what it is you do and how you can potentially help them. So building that know, like, and trust factor, like, super important. So there's the two essential parts of marketing: building your audience, building your community, building your connections, whatever you want to call it, and building the know, like, and trust factor with those connections and those people, okay? You have to have a process in place for both of those because they are both essential to getting clients, okay? So let's first talk about the first part. So building your connections. So I always tell all of my clients, like, let's start with your warm market. So your warm market is the people you already know, like, and trust, because if you think about it, we don't need to then build the know, like, and trust factor with those people, which I said is like the second part that you need to do. If you take that part away, those people already know, like, and trust you. This is going to really speed up the process for you. This is why your warm market is so powerful. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to tell, my friends and family about what I'm doing because what will they think? Or they're not going to think I'm qualified or whatever. Like, first of all, like, you're missing a huge opportunity if you don't do this. And the people who know, like, and trust you are going to be the people who are going to be most likely to tell other people about it. So it can be a great way to get referrals as well. And it's just a great way to put it out in the universe and to say, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and make it official, as opposed to hiding. Okay. So if you're not telling anyone about what you're doing, you're hiding, and you will never have a successful business, because it's impossible to hide and have a successful business. So we do really want to start with the warm market, letting people know what it is you're doing. Doesn't necessarily mean that the people from your warm market are going to be your clients, but they can also be great referral sources. So we want to start there. Those people already know, like, and trust you. Let's put it out into the universe. Let people know what it is you're doing. Okay. Then we want to start thinking about, how can I get in front of my ideal clients? So obviously, first of all, we need to know who your ideal client is. I have a bunch of videos on that. I will link some of them around this. You can go and check that out. So we want to know who it is that you're working with. Who are you trying to get in front of? So we can think about, what is the best way to get in front of these people? Where are the best opportunities to get in front of these people? And then the other thing that we want to start thinking about is, how do you enjoy connecting and getting in front of people? Okay, how do you personally enjoy connecting and getting in front of people? Because that is going to make a huge difference as far as what different things we look at, what different opportunities we look at. And I think the other important thing to keep in mind is that right now, I do think it is of a benefit for most of the people that I'm working with to explore both in-person opportunities for building your business and online opportunities for building your business. Because already, if you are working with people in person or in the community or building I'm not saying that you have to go into, you can still have a online business if you are doing in-person marketing, okay? Like, because you can work with people through Zoom or whatever. But if people are in your community or you're meeting people in person for marketing opportunities, for building word about your business, it already builds an extra layer of know, like, and trust because you have the connection of being in the same community, living in the same area. So I just want you to keep that in mind. That can be a huge benefit of doing some in-person marketing. And also, I'm just seeing a bit of a backlash right now as well, as far as there's a lot more, the online marketplace is a lot busier, it's a lot more saturated. And especially after I think COVID and social isolation and all that happened with that there's a lot more opportunity and a lot more people who are looking for that in-person connection. So I think it's a very great opportunity as far as marketing and building your community and connections in person. Once again, this doesn't have to take away from your ability to have a location independent business. It's just a awesome opportunity as far as marketing and building a community. Okay. So some different ways that we can build your business and that I'm finding is working really well as far as health coaches is referrals. So looking at who are the other professionals in your area who could be great referrals to send you clients. Okay. So I have a number of coaches who work around specific health conditions. This can be a really great way to let other practitioners in your area. It could be doctors, it could be chiropractors, acupuncturists, massage therapists, people who have fitness studios, people who have whole food co-ops, stuff like that. That could be great opportunities for them to refer you people, especially as you get to know them. You can't expect that you're just going to be like, hey, once and see them and be like, hey, send me people. You have to get to know people and actually build connections in order to get referrals. But this can be a really great way. And if you build a referral network, that is an amazing way to build your business, because then you are not reliant on having to continue to create new content to get in front of people, or trying to play the social media game or whatever it is. If you have people actually just sending you clients, that is pretty freaking amazing. So it can take a little work to get that set up, but having an awesome referral base is one of the very best ways to get clients. And the other thing to think about is if someone is sending you clients, already there's a know, like, and trust factor, because they know, like, and trust the person who is sending you people. So there's already that built-in level of know, like, and trust. You still may need to get them into your community and build it a bit more, but it can be a really great way to kind of bypass some of that, because that can take some time. Okay. So referrals are amazing. And that is something that I really help my clients with, finding the best places for it. Some of them are local. Sometimes we can look out beyond local, especially if you are helping people with something very specific or a very specific health condition. It can be beyond your local community, but that is an amazing way and something I'm seeing my clients currently having a lot of success with. The other thing is doing workshops or talks for an existing audience. Once again, this really getting to know other entrepreneurs or small businesses in your community, which I will say is another thing, joining some sort of networking or opportunities. It doesn't have to be an official networking group or something. You have to find the right opportunities and the right situations for you, the ones that you enjoy and you feel good and you feel like you're really connecting with those people. But getting to know the businesses in your area is hands down one of the best things you can do to build your business. I would absolutely do this. And once again, find the right opportunities. Like, it doesn't have to be like Chamber of Commerce or BNI. Like, maybe it's a women's entrepreneur group or a women's, connection group or something like that, or a men's connection group. If you're working with men or you're a man, find the things that feel good to you, but find some way to get involved with the businesses in your area. Once again, this is something I'm seeing people have a lot of success with right now. And once again, when you have that connection of being in the same area, it already builds that know, like, and trust more than if you were just some random person online. Okay. So that can work really well. Once again, getting to know other people, you can find opportunities to give talks or workshops locally, maybe team up with other entrepreneurs, other people who have businesses, and give talks and workshops together, share audiences. These things can be really great. Opportunities for being on like the local news or being featured in your local newspaper. I've had clients get clients this way. That can be an amazing thing to do. Starting your own local group, meetup is still functioning, still working. Once again, people are looking for local things. Checking into that, like, you could start your own group about a certain thing. Maybe it's a women's group, maybe it's a men's group, maybe it's a friends group, maybe it's a group where you go on walks, which is an amazing thing. Like my client did, like, we'll take people on walks, or hikes. So there's so many opportunities out there for in-person connections, community, like building this. I definitely think it's something that people are looking for right now, and there's a huge opportunity for that. Okay. So the other thing, if it comes to them, when we're looking, how do I build my community and my connections online? This is looking for opportunities to team up with other entrepreneurs or be featured somewhere. So you could write a guest article or a guest post. There's a lot of different online publications where you can do this, and you could get featured, and then you can send people back to your community from that, or being featured on someone's podcast. That can be a great way to be featured, or doing a video with someone else or a workshop with someone else online. These are great opportunities to get in front of other people's audiences and then bring the people who connect with you back to your audience and build your audience as well. Okay. So those are some of the online options that can work really well as well. Okay. So that's the first thing. We need to build your community. So I just gave you like a bunch of different options. You connect with yourself, see which things work best for you, which things you're most interested in, which you feel most called to do. We're all different things work good for different people. All right. So the next part is building the know, like, and trust factor with the people who you have gotten in front of, who you've let know about your business. We want to bring them back to your community and build that know, like, and trust factor. And how we are going to do that is by bringing them into your community. The number one way we want to do this is through building an email list. Okay. We want to have an email list. We don't own any sort of community on social media because something could happen. Your social media account could be shut down. Like the social media company, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, they more or less own your audience there. They own your account. So if something would happen, you could lose that. Your email list, you own your email list. So that's yours to keep. You don't have to worry about something happening, your account getting shut down, whatever. So we absolutely want to build an email list, invite people back to get people's emails, invite them to be part of your email list. The other thing is you can build communities on social media where you can continue to build that know, like, and trust factor. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, I like YouTube. Hello, where you're seeing me right now. Or having like a podcast can be really good. I like YouTube and podcast more so than social media, or like Facebook or and Instagram, because your content lives longer there, and you can create less content that has like a longer shelf life. And I like long form content. I like teaching, which I find both podcasts and YouTube are better for that type of content. So once again, knowing what type of content you want to create helps as well. And then once we have people back part of your community, both through an email list, maybe by picking one form of content you're going to create, it could be a blog as well, and then you're sending that out through your email list. We want to create really amazing content that we can share so that people can get to know us, so that they can get to know what we're all about. They get to know why we're passionate about what it is we're doing, how we can help them, how we can help them get the results that we help people get. So we want to continue to build content just like this video where I'm sharing free information and I'm just sharing something I'm passionate about, something I've learned. I'm sharing my wisdom with you. You want to do this with your clients so they get to connect with you and get to know what you're all about, who you are, what type of person you are, what your personality is, like all those different things. So we want to share regular content with people so that we can continue to build that know, like, and trust factor. So people can feel like they get to know you enough and what you're about enough to potentially want to work with you. Okay. So that's really the second piece that we want to have in place, really that regular sharing of some sort of content. And how often that is totally up to you and is going to also be determined by how you decide you want to share content. Like I said, I feel YouTube and podcasts are less regular or less like frequent as opposed to Instagram and Facebook are more of like the frequent posts because they have a lot shorter of a shelf life as far as how long the content lives there. Okay. So that's the next piece, creating really amazing, authentic content that you can share with your community. And then the other things I want to bring in mind is like the importance of patience. So all of this, you're planting the seeds. So all of the building the community, getting in front of people, building the connections, the referrals, all of that is planting seeds. We have to water the seeds and give them time to grow, okay? If you keep digging up the seeds and you're like, why aren't these growing? Why isn't it happening fast enough? Like, you have to have patience. I think there's a lot of misconceptions around how quickly you can build a business and how quickly you get clients when it comes to growing a coaching business. And I just want you to know, like, you have to have patience. You have to give things time. And especially when it comes to online, or if someone is finding you online, it may take weeks, months, years for someone to go from first finding you to becoming a client, okay? That's why some of the in-person and local marketing can be much better as far as a quicker someone first finding you or being referred to you to becoming a client. Like online, I'm finding that the length of time someone goes from first finding you to becoming a client is getting longer, okay? And that's just because the online market space is louder, it's more crowded, there's more competition. So the reality is it just takes a certain amount of time for someone to feel like they know you, like you, and trust you enough to want to work with you. I do find that the main way to speed that up, whether it's in person or online, is by having a very specific ideal client and very specific messaging. Because when someone feels like they really connect with you and you understand them and you understand what they're going through and you understand how to help them, they're going to feel a bigger connection to you and knowing that you're the right person to help them than if you keep your message very general. Okay. So that's like the way to kind of like, potentially speed that up too. But patience is really important. Okay. And the other thing that is really important for those of you who are introverts, hello, like knowing the difference between protecting and honoring your energy as an introvert versus when you're hiding and avoiding, okay? Really, really important. Even as introverts, we need to be around other people. I have other videos where I talk about like nervous system regulation, and when our nervous system goes into sympathetic, like one of the number one ways that we regulate our nervous system is through connection to other people, being around other people and around other people's nervous systems. So I want you to recognize, like, for introverts, like, hiding a lot of times is a protective mechanism and isn't actually us being true to ourselves and what is best for us to thrive. And so finding this balance between, you know, being out in the world and being around other people versus like what is the right balance for you of alone time is really important, because a lot of us don't really understand that. And we're maybe saying we need much more time alone than we really do, because introverts, extroverts, whoever we are, we need to be around other people. Humans are social creatures. We're social animals. Like, we are meant to be in community. We're meant to be in tribes. Like, we're meant to be around other people. It's essential to our physical and mental health. And so it's just something to really be aware of, those of us who are introverts. And as someone who had an online business for over a decade, really finding that I was spending too much time alone for my physical and mental health, and that it was a bit of a protection mechanism, and I'm much happier when I'm around other people and interacting and being a part of the community. Okay. So through my own experience, something I really learned, and something that I'm really helping other people now as they build their business, in the beginning to really bring in that in-person community and connection, because it will make you a happier, more fulfilled person. Speaking from experience. Okay. And it's just a nicer, better way to build a business. Like, once again, you can have the online and the in-person piece, but I find that people that do like a bit of a combination are much more happy and fulfilled with their businesses. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Let me know which of these, ways of marketing are sticking out as something you want to try, they feel like a good fit. Let me know if you have any questions when it comes to marketing as an introvert, or marketing in general when it comes to building your coaching business. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in working together and getting my personal support with building your business, go ahead and fill out an application to work with me. I will put the link below this video. And I want to thank you so much for joining me in this week's video. I will see you next time.